President Trump.
President Trump.
Donald Trump.
President Trump.
He dominated every headline, every screen, every conversation. Love him or hate him, the world couldn't look away. They called him a businessman, a showman, a disruptor. But no one expected what came next. In the bustling borough of Queens, New York, a baby boy enters the world at Jamaica Hospital. His name is Donald John Trump, fourth child of Fred Trump, a self-made real estate developer, and Mary Ann MacLeod Trump, a Scottish immigrant who came to America in search of a better life. The Trumps aren't just another family. They live in a 23-room mansion in Jamaica Estates, one of the most affluent neighborhoods in Queens. Fred Trump has built an empire constructing apartment buildings in Brooklyn and Queens. He's tough, ambitious, and demanding, qualities he'll pass down to his children, especially to young Donald. From the beginning, Donald is different. While his older siblings, Marianne, Fred Jr., and Elizabeth, follow the rules, Donald is rebellious. He's energetic, boastful, and loves to be the center of attention. He gets into fights. He throws rocks at other kids. He challenges his teachers. "I was a very rebellious kid," Trump would later admit. "I loved to fight." By age 13, Fred Trump has had enough. His son needs discipline, structure, control. So in 1959, he makes a decision that will change Donald's life forever. He sends him to the New York Military Academy, 60 miles north of the city. At the New York Military Academy, Donald Trump transforms. The rebellious boy from Queens learns discipline, competition, and leadership. He excels in sports, baseball, football, soccer. He rises through the ranks to become a captain. But more importantly, he learns to win. The military school teaches him that life is a battlefield, that you must dominate or be dominated. It's a lesson he'll carry for the rest of his life. Years later, Trump will say he hasn't changed much since first grade. That competitive, combative instinct never leaves him. In 1964, Trump graduates from the academy. His next stop? Higher education, but not just anywhere. He starts at Fordham University in the Bronx for 2 years, close enough to home to keep an eye on his father's business. His friends introduce him to golf, a game he'll love forever. But Fordham isn't prestigious enough. In 1966, Trump transfers to the Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania, one of the top business programs in the world. In 1968, at age 22, he graduates with a Bachelor of Science in Economics. He's ready for the real world, and the real world is waiting. Fresh out of college, Donald Trump joins his father's company, Elizabeth Trump and Son. But Donald has bigger dreams than building middle-class housing in the outer boroughs. He wants Manhattan. He wants the spotlight. He wants to make a name for himself. His father gives him a starting salary of about $20,000 a year, nearly $265,000 in today's money. Not bad for a young graduate, but Donald isn't interested in comfort. He's interested in conquest. In 1971, he makes his move. He relocates to Manhattan, renting a studio apartment in the heart of the city. He begins networking, meeting politicians, developers, and dealmakers. He's charming, brash, and fearless. In 1973, the Trump Organization faces a major crisis. The Justice Department sues them for racial discrimination in their rental properties. It's a devastating blow. But Donald doesn't back down. He hires Roy Cohn, one of the toughest lawyers in New York, and fights back aggressively. The case eventually settles with no admission of guilt. It's Donald's first major battle, and he learns a critical lesson. Never admit defeat and always fight back harder. The 1980s belong to Donald Trump. His first major triumph comes in 1976, when he negotiates a deal to purchase the bankrupt Commodore Hotel next to Grand Central Terminal. Working with the Hyatt Corporation, he transforms it into the Grand Hyatt Hotel, completed in 1980. It's a massive success, a gleaming glass tower in the heart of Manhattan. But Trump is just getting started. In 1983, Trump Tower opens on Fifth Avenue, a 58-story masterpiece of black glass and gold, with a stunning atrium featuring a waterfall and marble from Italy. It becomes his headquarters, his home, and his symbol. The building screams wealth, power, and success. Trump Tower makes Donald Trump a household name in New York. He's everywhere, in the newspapers, at parties, on television. He dates models, buys yachts, flies helicopters. He's the embodiment of 1980s excess and ambition. In 1977, Trump marries Ivana Zelnichkova, a Czech model and athlete. Together, they become New York's power couple. They have 3 children, Donald Jr. in 1977, Ivanka in 1981, and Eric in 1984. Ivana becomes deeply involved in Trump's business, managing the Plaza Hotel and Trump's Castle Casino. Trump expands into Atlantic City, opening Trump Plaza in 1984, followed by Trump Castle and, in 1990, the crown jewel, the Trump Taj Mahal, the largest casino in the world at the time, costing over $1 billion to build. And in 1987, Trump publishes The Art of the Deal with journalist Tony Schwartz. The book becomes a massive bestseller, cementing his reputation as America's most famous businessman. It's part memoir, part manual, 11 steps to winning in business. The book makes Trump a national celebrity, not just a New York icon, but empires built too fast can crumble just as quickly. By the late 1980s, Trump is overextended. He's borrowed billions. Too much. Too fast. The Atlantic City casinos, despite their flash and glamour, are bleeding money. The real estate market softens. Interest rates soar. In 1990, Trump's world begins to collapse. His marriage to Ivana falls apart publicly and spectacularly when his affair with Marla Maples, an actress and model, becomes tabloid fodder. The divorce is bitter, expensive, and humiliating. Ivana receives $14 million, their Connecticut estate, and a Manhattan apartment. Professionally, it's even worse. Trump's companies file for bankruptcy protection. First the Trump Taj Mahal in 1991, then Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino in 1992. By the early 1990s, Trump is reportedly billions in debt. Some estimates say he loses over $1 billion in a 10-year period. The media turns on him. He's no longer the golden boy. He's a cautionary tale, a symbol of greed and excess gone wrong. But Trump refuses to quit. He negotiates with creditors, restructures his debt, and focuses on what he does best, his brand. He realizes something crucial. The Trump name itself has value. He begins licensing it, slapping Trump in gold letters on buildings he doesn't even own, on products, on everything. Slowly, painstakingly, he rebuilds. In 1993, Trump marries Marla Maples in a lavish ceremony. They have a daughter, Tiffany, born in October that year. But the marriage doesn't last. They separate in 1997 and divorce in 1999. Through the late 1990s, Trump pivots. He licenses his name to buildings, hotels, golf courses, even steaks and vodka. Some succeed, many fail, but the Trump brand endures. Then in 1998, at a New York Fashion Week party, Trump meets Melania Naus, a Slovenian model. She's 28, he's 52. They date, break up briefly, then reunite. In 2005, they marry at Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, Florida. In 2006, Melania gives birth to their son, Baron William Trump. But the real turning point comes in 2004. NBC launches a new reality show called The Apprentice. Donald Trump is the host and executive producer. The premise is simple. Contestants compete in business challenges, and at the end of each episode, Trump fires someone with his now famous catchphrase, "You're fired." The show is a phenomenon. At its peak, over 20 million Americans tune in each week. Trump earns hundreds of thousands per episode. And something far more valuable, he becomes a beloved celebrity. To millions of Americans, he's no longer a failed businessman. He's a symbol of success, power, and the American dream. The Apprentice runs for 14 seasons, including Celebrity Apprentice, making Trump a fixture in American living rooms for over a decade. For years, Trump has flirted with politics. He's contributed to both Democrats and Republicans, attending fundraisers and making connections. In the 1980s and 1990s, he occasionally muses about running for president, but never seriously. That changes in 2011. Trump becomes a vocal critic of President Barack Obama, promoting the false birther conspiracy, claiming Obama wasn't born in the United States. It's controversial, divisive, and keeps Trump in the headlines. He considers running in 2012, but ultimately decides against it. But the idea won't let him go. On June 16, 2015, Donald Trump descends the golden escalator in Trump Tower and announces his candidacy for President of the United States. Most political experts laugh it off. He has no political experience, no filter, and no chance. Or so they think. Trump's campaign defies every rule of politics. He insults rivals, picks fights with the media, and says things no traditional politician would dare say. His slogan is simple and powerful: "Make America great again." He speaks to Americans who feel forgotten, workers in factories, people in small towns, those angry at Washington. His message resonates. While 16 other Republicans split the traditional vote, Trump builds an army of loyal supporters. One by one, his opponents fall. Jeb Bush, Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz. By May 2016, Trump is the presumptive Republican nominee. The general election against Hillary Clinton is brutal. Polls predict a Clinton victory. But on November 8, 2016, the impossible happens. Donald Trump wins. He loses the popular vote by nearly 3 million votes, but wins the Electoral College 306 to 232. He's flipped Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, states that hadn't voted Republican in decades. On January 20th, 2017, at age 70, Donald John Trump is sworn in as the 45th President of the United States, the first person to hold the office with no prior military or political experience. Trump's presidency is unlike any in American history. He governs by Twitter, attacks the media daily, and breaks with political norms. His supporters love him for telling it like it is. His critics call him dangerous and divisive. He appoints 3 Supreme Court justices, cuts taxes, renegotiates trade deals, and prioritizes immigration enforcement. He meets with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, a historic first. He moves the U.S. Embassy in Israel to Jerusalem, but his presidency is also marked by scandal and division. There's the Russia investigation, 2 impeachments, he's acquitted both times, and constant battles with Congress and the courts. Then comes 2020, COVID-19. The pandemic dominates his final year in office. Over 400,000 Americans die during his presidency. The economy crashes, then partially recovers. In November 2020, Trump loses re-election to Joe Biden, but he refuses to concede, claiming without evidence that the election was stolen. His refusal culminates in the January 6, 2021, attack on the U.S. Capitol by his supporters. Trump leaves office on January 20th, 2021, becoming only the 4th president to lose re-election in the past century. So who is Donald Trump? He's the boy from Queens who conquered Manhattan, the businessman who built an empire, lost it, and rebuilt it, the reality TV star who became president of the United States. He's loved by millions and loathed by millions more. He's a deal maker, a showman, a fighter who never backs down. He's brash, controversial, and impossible to ignore. Whatever you think of him, one thing is certain. Donald Trump has lived one of the most extraordinary lives in American history. From a 23-room mansion in Queens to the Oval Office, his journey has been anything but ordinary. And his story, for better or worse, will be told for generations to come.